So as the second major adpocalypse seems imminent, okay, there is something else going on that just I can't see ever going well. Demonetization has been a problem here on the platform for over about maybe a year and a half now. It's been a decent amount of time, really, that it's been like a major issue, but it might be getting worse, okay? Now, we all know that videos are pretty easy to get demonetized. I mean, even if there's like a minor amount of swearing, that can be enough to get limited or no ads on your videos. Of course, YouTube is always tightening their rules up, and they're becoming more and more strict as time goes on. Not really anything new. It might not even be your video content that gets you demonetized anymore, because YouTube actually said that comments might now actually be getting videos demonetized. Now, I'm going to be showing you the tweet with the exact quote that they said. You'll see that on the screen right now. So, when you look at this tweet, it's pretty apparent that even if the video is pretty much suitable for all advertisers, it doesn't really matter. If there's comments that can be deemed offensive or whatever, that might lead to demonetization. Okay, so this is all really stemming from the whole controversy kind of going around YouTube right now. If you're somehow unaware of what happened, basically this pedophile ring, quote unquote, has been exposed on YouTube, even though it's been something that YouTube has been cleaning up for years, and it's been a problem that has been pretty publicly known about for years. All of a sudden now it's a big deal to this guy who is basically a fraud, who admitted that he wanted to make YouTube look bad, who is using it basically for his own personal gain, to kind of blackmail advertisers and the mainstream media into pulling ads off of YouTube. That way it can, quote-unquote, solve this problem. But to anyone with a brain, you realize that hurting the income of creators like myself, who obviously are not, engaging in this creepy content, that's not really a very good way to solve the problem. So, I've already made a video on this, I've already talked about this, but a big part of that whole controversy is the fact that the videos were just, nonchalant videos of children doing whatever, in these videos, and then you'd have creepy pedophiles basically commenting on these videos with things like timestamps and, creepy comments and stuff based on the children. That was a huge part of it, okay? Now, YouTube has responded pretty appropriately. They've deleted tens of millions of comments that violate their guidelines and stuff just on this specific topic. They're doing a pretty good job of trying to scrub the platform, and they're responding, I would say, pretty adequately to the situation on those grounds. It's been something that they've been combating for a long time. We've had things like Elsagate pop up before, but that's basically the gist of the situation that led to them coming out and admitting this. So, you saw the tweet, okay? That's not doctored in any way. That's from the official Team YouTube over on Twitter, and there was a hellstorm from YouTubers based around this. And of course, this is going to be a major problem, okay? Because how can YouTubers control what people are saying in the comments? I mean, the truth is that the internet is a cesspool of comments and just horrible things being said all the time. And there's no way that YouTubers can manage their comments to the point that they can eliminate all the bad things being said. That's common sense to anyone with a brain. I mean, I get thousands of comments a day. Do you think I have time to go through every single individual comment and delete that, and just because it's offensive and things like that? I don't have the time to do that, and I know pretty much no YouTuber does. But now things like that might actually be, I guess, considered when determining whether or not your video can be monetized, because YouTube said that that's the case. Now, they've also come out and said apparently that this won't be like a whole platform policy, and that this will only be based on certain content, which I don't understand how they're going to determine which content this will be based on. But then again, I wouldn't trust that 100%. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be yet another way to, I guess, destroy the incomes of creators, thankfully, because, we all love that. But I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to understand why this is horrible and why this doesn't make sense and why this is going to ultimately harm YouTube altogether. So, step into the shoes of a YouTuber really quickly here. Let's go through a little example. Let's say you're a YouTuber with 200,000 subscribers, pretty close to my channel, and you get 5,000 comments a day on all your videos. Just like a massive amount of these comments. And 99.9% of them are decent enough that it won't get your video demonetized, it won't flag the comment or whatever, and get your video reviewed and demonetized. But then there's that 1% of comments, right, that, you don't really always see, but it's enough for the system to pick up. So that very small vocal minority of comments can end up destroying the income of creators just because some random person said something that YouTube didn't like or that was against YouTube's guidelines. They've said that the system won't automatically flag videos for demonetization and that it'll also be something that they can use to scrub comments and stuff off of, which at this point my whole thing is if you can do that, how come this is even a controversy in the first place? Because if you can police the comments to that extent, why weren't you doing it before? But I digress, you know what I'm saying? I'll give them a pass on that, I guess. But I mean, the point still stands. How is anyone supposed to be able to help what's being said? How am I supposed to be able to stop other people from saying something bad in the comments? Now, thankfully, YouTube has a blacklist filter and things like that you can use to kind of moderate the comments, and I generally don't have anything put in it. The only things that I really ever cover in this are things that surround self-promotion and things like that, and extreme racism and just, real problem starters. Those are the only things that are really, I guess, blacklisted as comments on my channel, but I have to be really honest with you, and this is, it seems like, a pretty common thought across YouTube from the people that I've seen react to this. If this is going to be something that can possibly destroy my income because some random asshole said something bad in the comments, I'm going to have to put a lot more shit on that list. I'm going to have to actually start pretty much censoring some comments from being able to be put in the comments in order to protect the monetization on the videos. And that's pretty, I guess, light compared to what some YouTubers are considering. Some YouTubers are considering turning off all comments on their videos altogether. That way they don't even have to worry about that being a problem. I just don't see how YouTube doesn't see that as a problem. How do you not see the fact that people have to, extremely censor their comments to keep their income as a problem? How don't you see people literally deciding that they would rather not have their fans comment on their videos because it's pretty much the only way that they can guarantee their livelihood won't be affected by your policy? How don't you see that as a problem? This is just a very slippery slope that's going to set a bad precedent, and that's going to have an immediate negative impact on YouTube. It's going to be a lot harder for people to interact with their favorite creators and stuff with situations like this going down, especially if they start turning off comments and stuff out of fear of this. And at the end of the day, what does that really solve? You know what I'm saying? What does that stop? So you demonetize one of my videos because some guy said fuck in a comment, right? Does that stop that guy from saying that? Does that stop anyone from coming in my comments and saying something mean or rude or offensive? No, it doesn't. It doesn't stop them at all. All it does is punish me for that, It destroys our income and our livelihood because somebody else said something you didn't like. And it's yet another example of punishing people who had nothing to do with the problem. I understand YouTube, you guys are trying to find a solution to stop this, and I appreciate that. But you guys are doing a pretty decent job in other ways. This is not the way that you do this. Because that guy who said something bad in the comments, he's not going to care that you deleted his comment and demonetized my video. He's going to go ahead and he's going to do it again and again and again. And it's just going to affect pretty much everybody. I mean, YouTube's never going to be a place where people are 100% family friendly, clean all the time. People aren't cussing in comments. It's never going to happen. It's unrealistic to expect that to happen, YouTube. You have to think these things through before you start implementing these and before you start announcing these, because these are the kind of things that affect people's lives. And a big problem with the whole thing is that people can weaponize the use of bad comments demonetizing content. If someone doesn't like someone's videos, they can create a bunch of burner accounts and a bunch of fake accounts, or they can band together to basically just shitpost a comment section, basically, I guess, mass breaking the rules and just getting people's videos demonetized. It can be easily weaponized, and I don't know how you guys didn't think of that to begin with. How did you not realize that this can be something that trolls can use against people? And we're not talking something light here. We're talking about people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? This is an important decision, YouTube. This is a very critical thing that you're doing. You have to pay a little bit more attention to the consequences against the people who had nothing to do with the problem. I don't think that comments should ever play a role in whether or not a video is monetized. I don't think that matters, because at the end of the day, how is my video not suitable for advertisers because someone else said something in the comments below it, okay? It's not my content that's doing anything wrong, so why is it suffering and why is it being punished? YouTube, you gotta keep in mind that your knee-jerk reactions like this are what really hurt you in the first adpocalypse to begin with. These kinds of reactions are what have set the precedent for creators to not be able to trust you in dire situations like this. You can't just go off and freak out and, oh my god, we gotta purge comments and take people's money away because of bad comments. You're gonna have to work on getting the advertisers back and just cleaning up the problem like you've already been doing. Overall, I'm glad to see YouTube tried to clarify a little bit about the situation. I'm glad to see that they are trying to fix the problem, but, you know, I'm just saying, creators and people commenting, you're gonna have to start watching out because it might get ugly. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like as always. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. Join the Discord down below. Lots of great things going on there as well. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps my channel tremendously, especially in situations like this where the whole platform is just, you know, on fire. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, getting his comments flagged for demonetization, and signing out.